In this episode, I'm going to talk about why your toes may spin out as you squat in 3 simple ways to fix that.
I want you to have the capability to fully move the way your body was designed to, right?
Jump of a head, I'll take you back to where my problems lie. In trouble, younger daughter done some shit that made my mama cry. Out to the heavens like I bless him, for I know he's lost. Caught in a trance and his manic depression settled in. Living in the fantasy world.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Dr. Aaron Horschig from Squat University, and this is episode 2 of the Ask Squat You Show. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode on IT band pain. It's time for another one. Let's get to it.
Raul asks, I start my squat with my toes slightly pointing out and my knees move over my toes. However, after a few reps, my feet begin to turn outwards. Why is that?
Now there's 3 main reasons someone's toes would spin out as they squat down like this. And that's limited ankle mobility, limited foot stability, and limited hip internal rotation. We're gonna go over 3 ways today how to fix that. First, limited ankle mobility. During the descent of your squat, there comes a time where the knee needs to eventually move forward past the toe. That's enough ankle mobility to allow your hips to sit down and your chest to remain upright. Well, if you can't allow your knee to translate further forward, eventually your body's going to compensate. And then when it spins off, it's moving into the position of least resistance. So basically you're making up for not having enough ankle mobility by turning your toes out. So how do you know if you have limited ankle mobility as a root cause for your toes spinning out? Well, there's a simple test you can perform at home called the 5-inch wall test. You're just gonna find a wall, put your foot about a fist and a thumb length away from that wall. For most people, that's going to be about 5 inches. If you want to get a ruler out, have at it. From here, you're going to see if you can drive your knee towards the wall without your heel popping off the ground. Now, if you can do that without the heel popping up, that means you have adequate ankle mobility. However, if you can't get your knee close to the wall, feel for what's going on. Do you have a pinch in the front of your ankle or tightness in the back of your calf? Or you may have both. Those things are showing you what your cause of your limited ankle mobility is. And then I'm going to show you how to address it. Now, if you felt that pinching sensation in the front of your ankle, it means that your limited ankle mobility is possibly due to a joint restriction. Basically, your bones aren't moving as well over each other as they should. Now, the only way to fix that is with a banded joint mobilization. You can stretch and foam roll all day, and it will not relieve that pinch or block sensation in the front of your ankle. So you're just going to get a band like this. You can get them many places, Rogue Fitness, PerformBetter.com. All you're going to do, take your shoe off. You're going to get this band over your talus bone. You're going to get a lot of pressure on it and go up on a box. Now, this band needs to be on your talus bone, the top of your foot, because if it's up too high, it's not actually helping improve your joint mechanics the way your body was naturally made to move. This band has to be low over the top of your foot, under your big ankle bone, in order for this to be efficient. From here, you're going to drive your knee forward as far as it will go. Now, if this band is in the right place and enough tension on it, you will actually relieve that pinch or block sensation when you push your knee over. All of a sudden, it's not there anymore. You're going to hold this end position for about 5 seconds and then come back. And we're going to rock into this maybe 15 to 20 times for about a 5-second hold. That's step 1. Step 2 is to foam roll. If you had any stiffness in the back of the calf, this has to be dealt with some soft tissue mobilization with a foam roller. You're going to lay on the ground, 1 foot over the top, the other one like this. You're going to go nice and slowly up and down that calf until you find some stiff spots. Sit on it, and then you can even move up and down, roll your foot around. What you do not want to do is to get on that foam roller and move nice and fast. I'm sure all of us have seen people do that. That doesn't do anything. You need to go slow and work into those tissues that are nice and stiff. Next, you want to stretch those stiff tissues in the back of your leg. What you're going to do is grab a box. You can do this on a plate. Just drive that knee forward until you feel a good stretch in the back of your calf. Before your workout, you want to hold this for about 10 seconds and then back. And maybe do about 10 reps. You can also pick up a plate. Shout out to Vaughn weightlifting. You're going to sit down in that deep squat. And from here, you're gonna drive your knee forward past your toe, keeping your heel down. Hold for about 10 seconds, and then back. Then rotate to the other side, hold for about 10 seconds, and then back. And do a couple of those. Now, why do I like that stretch so much? Well, it's because it actually looks like the positions that we need to hit during our workout. It's important to mobilize in positions that you will get into during your workout. This way you can be as efficient as possible with the mobility tools that you're doing. Now let's talk about the duration of your stretches. I want your stretches before your workout, for most people, to be about that 10 to 30 second range. This has been shown to improve your mobility without any harmful decreases in performance. Now, if you're stretching for up to a minute or more, research has shown that that actually decreases the amount of power and strength your muscles can produce. However, everyone has individual differences that we need to address, so there's no one size fits all. Let's say your mobility is really bad. You have the stiffest ankles in the world. Well, I'm actually okay with you stretching for up to a minute prior to your workout because the improvements you're going to see in technique are more important than the short-term decreases in performance that's going to come with those long duration stretches. So always understand why you're doing everything you do as far as your mobility before your workout. Now, we have to next talk about foot stability. Doesn't matter how mobile you are, certain areas of your body require a good amount of stability so that you have a stable platform to move on top of. What I want you to think about is jamming your big toe into the ground and creating an arch the entire time you squat. By thinking about jamming your big toe into the ground, it allows your body to maintain that stable foot that otherwise would spin off. So that cue is jam the big toe into the ground. Last, we're going to talk about hip internal rotation, which is your ability to rotate your hip out to the side. Don't let that hip pop up, but how far can you go out to the side? If you can't even move it at all, you may be limited in your hip internal rotation, which may be a big reason why your toes spin out. Let's talk about how to improve that. So to improve your hip internal rotation mobility, what you're going to do is lay on the ground. You're going to get your feet up like this. You're going to spread your feet wide and allow one knee to roll in until you feel a good stretch on the outside part of the hip. This should not create a pinch sensation in the front of the hip. Just a nice light stretch on the outside. Hold for 10 seconds and then back up. And you're going to do this about 10 times. So good stretch. Now don't rotate all the way over, just to about that point. Now, internal rotation allows you to squat with that more straightforward foot, which we should all have the capability to do so, most of us, in a bodyweight squat. And those toes will spin off if you have that limited rotation because your body will always compensate into the position of least resistance, which is external rotation. So, there you go. 3 things that can cause your toes to spin out as you squat: limited ankle mobility, limited hip internal rotation, and poor foot stability. You have to address all 3 if you want to get a comprehensive treatment plan at fixing your movement problem. Hope you guys liked today's Ask Squat You show. Question of the day that I want to see your answers in the comment section below. When did you first start barbell training? Again, thank you for watching today's show. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and share with your friends. Happy squatting, everyone.
Hometown hero on the road doing shows and sold out arenas. You can call me what you want, but you won't ever slow my dreams up. This is the vision of a dreamer. I seem to